everyone. I am Stephen Akindayomi. Thank you once again for joining me on Positive Mind. I will be talking about faith is a choice. In today's episode, we're going to see if faith is a choice we can make or if it is something we are born with and can't change. He was set before us as the man of faith. In Matthew 8:9, a man named the man Centurious demonstrated remarkable faith by saying to Jesus Christ, "Lord, I do not deserve to have you come under my roof, but just say the word, and my servant will be healed. I said to my servant, do this, and he does it." When Jesus heard this, he was amazed and said to those following him, "Truly, I tell you, I have not found anyone in Israel with such great faith." Another story was the story of Canaanite woman whose daughter was ill in Matthew 15:22-28. The woman came to Jesus Christ and he was begging Jesus Christ, crying out loud and calling him even Son of David, "Have mercy on me. My daughter is demon possessed and suffering terribly." While Jesus Christ was listening, and Jesus Christ responded by saying to her that, "Woman, I came for the lost sheep of the Israel." And the woman knelt down and kept begging Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ replied, "It is not right to give the children's bread and toss it to the dog." The woman knew what she wanted, and because she believed Jesus Christ can do it, she kept on begging and persisting that this moment won't pass me by. She went on and said, "Even the dog eats the crumbs that fell from the master table." When Jesus Christ heard this, he said, "Woman, you have great faith. Your request is granted." And her daughter was ill at that moment. Can I say this and always remember, faith is to believe what you do not see, and the reward you get is to see what you actually believe. So don't ever doubt your instincts of what it can get you. Stay tuned as we talk about faith is a choice. I thank you guys again. I'm here to be talking about faith is a choice, and I'm sure you guys are doing great. It is a new day. I'm sure you're feeling great. And if you are listening to me from the part of the world that you're just waking up, or wherever you are listening to, whether you're just about to sleep, because we run different weather all over the world. But where I am now, we're already in our day. So I'll be using this opportunity to say good morning once again to everyone listening to me on this episode of Faith is a Choice on my Positive Mind podcast. Like I said in my intro, that our faith is what we believe and the result that we get out of it. But there are some times in life that life challenges give us reason to question our faith or even our maker itself. How can you imagine a father or mother that have to bury their own child and then still believe that God meant good to them? How? In 2005, in December, I went to Nigeria after I first came to the United Kingdom, and it was a year after then, so I decided to go back home to see my parents and my siblings and friends. It was a great moment for me to leave Nigeria and come over, and I was so happy going back home, and it was one of the best Christmas I will ever say I experienced in my life. But before then, when I was leaving Nigeria on the Christmas Day, I took picture with my siblings. The good thing was the memory of the picture. So when I came back, I left Nigeria then in 2006 January back to UK, where I live and studying at that time. And so fast forwarding that year towards end of the year of 2006, sometimes it was a night on the 3rd November 2006. It was on a Friday night, and I was just in my house, and I was living somewhere in Canary Wharf then, and some of my friends came over. They are going out that night. We went up night. It was fun night, but my spirit did not want to do anything but just stay back at home. I didn't have any I don't know why. I was just moody, and at the end of the day, I made up my mind. I showered, I joined my friend, we went out, so we came back, and I was crossing to Saturday, which now was 4th of November then. I saw like lots of missed call from Nigeria, from my brother, my father, so I wasn't sure what was going on. So I picked my phone and I make a call. My brother told me that we just lost our brother, which was our daddy's firstborn then. I was shocked. I couldn't believe what I just heard. I thought it was still a dream, and I put off my phone. I just went back to bed. Dawned on me, it was a dream, but I couldn't hold it any longer. So I came back off again. I picked up my phone, called him again, and he told me the same thing. It was not an easy moment. It was a terrible moment. And if I could be feeling that way, this was a man that left a wife with 3 kids, and his wife was pregnant with a child at that moment. I can't just imagine what would be going on in his wife's mind or head, or how my parents would be feeling and other siblings. But the only sad thing I was as well feeling was I was far away from home. It was just few months for me to travel back home as well again, as my usual routine to see them for Christmas, and I couldn't just bear it anymore. I isolated myself for a while. I don't go out. I stopped picking up phones. I started putting myself in a bad shape, which I shouldn't. But fast forwarding it so that I won't take much of your time, here I am today. I took the bold step in 2009 after I met a man that encouraged me that I can't keep mourning over my late brother's death, that it won't bring him back to life, and it won't change anything, and it will only destroy my own life more. That I need to be able to do something remarkable. Then that can take away the pain, and I can have something to gain. So I never believe I will one day write or I will be an author. I've never thought about that. So I went to a card shop. I bought this big card. I started writing words inside the card, things that I can think or remember about him, and it all started. Before I realized I have a full card full, so I decided to okay, this is the moment. I'm going to use this opportunity to put something more than just having it in a card. So I started writing, and this particular Bible passage, Psalm 23, that says, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want," was the key area for this book, inspirational book that I named God the Good Shepherd. Because then I was just by myself. I was lost. No doubt I was lost. In the process, I lost my visa to stay in the UK. It was really tough time that I have to bear. But thank God today, I did not allow those moments to ruin my life, even though it was painful. I wrote a book and I dedicated it to my late brother, Akindayomi. May your soul continue to rest in peace, and the children you left behind. And I pray God will make them a great one for their generation to come, in Jesus' name. We all have challenges. We've had our own taste of bitterness, of loss, or depression, or your could be debt, your could be inability to become what you want to be, or your could be a relationship, your could be barrenness, and so on. I remember a story which we might be familiar with in the book of Luke 8. Jesus Christ has been traveling about from one town and village to another, proclaiming the good news of the kingdom of God. And there was a man that his daughter has been sick, and hearing what Jesus Christ had been doing, how he has been raising people from dead, healing people, giving them sight and all of that. So this man found a way and went to meet Jesus Christ and explained everything to him. And Jesus Christ, the good news is that Jesus Christ decided to follow him, which it was a very good opportunity. So the man was hopeful that finally, at least my daughter will not die. My daughter will overcome this situation. And this man's name was Jairus. But while they were on their way to this man's house, there was a lot of crowd following Jesus Christ. And in between a woman touched Jesus Christ's garment, and I think Jesus Christ felt something left him, and he paused and he said, "Somebody touched me." And when they all denied it, Peter said, "Master, the people are crowding and pressing against you." I'm sure Peter could have said, "Jesus Christ, what are you saying? Look at a lot of people, and how can you just know that somebody touched you?" But this is a man that know himself, and for him to stop by and say this is because Jesus Christ never gets doing his living his purpose in life. So, but Jesus Christ said, "Someone touched me." He insisted, because the power has gone out of me. There are some scripture when I just read them and I just feel, how can we still have people like Jesus Christ in this our generation, especially this trying moment? I have a friend that's been paralyzed for years now. I know what it is to lose someone after the death of my brother in 2006. This changed everything about me. Whatever you're saying today, it all started around 2006. I used to be worse than this. People that know me know. I used to club, I used to party, I smoke, I drink. But here I am today. I've let go of all of this just because someone died. And someone rightly said, he said, for God to win is so he can destroy a whole city. Even though that the message of the man came across to what I was going through, it was hard to bear that. So why would God want to destroy someone or take away my brother so that I can gain my attention? And I said from that moment, I will not make my brother's death to be a waste, and for me to be still living a life that will not please God. And that prompted me to start a ministry called If Not For God. Because trust me, I've heard messages. I was born in a Christian home, and I've been to different vigil, Christian program, but I still do what I want to do afterward. But since that moment, no one preached to me. But the death of my brother changed everything about me. So that we don't miss the point of the story of the Jairus, which for those that are not familiar with. So while they were still talking, the lady could not hide herself anymore. Then she said to Jesus Christ about her story too. She told why she had taught Jesus Christ, and then because she has been having issue of blood all this while, and thank God she got what she wanted. But pause a minute. There was a man that went after Jesus Christ and wanted to know, that requested Jesus Christ to help out and to come and pray for his daughter. I'm sure in his head he was like, this woman should let go and let me take Jesus Christ to my place. But in between the conversation of Jesus Christ and the lady, someone came from the man's house and said, your daughter is now dead. Don't disturb the master anymore. Imagine you hearing such a thing, and you know that Jesus Christ could have gotten to your place, but it was just because of the lady. I cannot imagine what the man would be thinking or going through at that moment. But when Jesus Christ heard this, he looked at Jairus and said, don't be afraid, just believe and she will be healed. Imagine someone just gave you a bad news and someone is reassuring you that news is temporary, but it's left to you to choose whether it will be temporary or you're going to get what you asked for. He said, just believe. That's just all what Christ needed from this man. And to forward it, Jesus Christ followed the man to his house. And when they got there and they got into the room to pray for the now dead child that was once ill, but she's now dead because Jesus Christ came late. And at the end of the day, even when Jesus Christ got in there, he had to tell the people inside that were in doubt. They were laughing I think it was in verse 53. They laughed at him knowing that this child is dead. But Jesus Christ took her hand and said, my child, get up. Her spirit returned at once and she stood up. Then Jesus told them to give her something to eat. I wish my brother could see that opportunity, but he never. But thank God that, and I hope is in a better place. So these are one of these motives behind what I am today. I never intended want to associate myself with anything with religion, even though I was born in it. I've never. People that knows me know. I just want to live my life. I want to have fun. I want to party and do all sorts of things. You can say, oh, yours is not dead. I'm not losing anyone, or I'm not burying a child. Yes, we all know that. But life challenges has attacked us in different ways. Yours might be maybe finding a soulmate relationship or things like that. Bible recorded in Genesis that Isaac was 40 years old. A grown-up man cannot still find himself wife. But one day, Abraham sought out a wife for Isaac, but not by himself, because Abraham was old. Even though I said earlier on, Abraham that we know was the father of faith. But what Abraham did, he called upon his servant that he trusts so much and said to him, I'm going to give you this task to do for me. Go to this particular city, find a wife for my son, but not among these people. Because he believed it will happen by his faith. And the great thing about that story in the book, the story in Genesis 24, when Abraham sent his servant to find for Isaac, was that it's all about the servant. Before he got out there, he prayed to God. that, Lord, please let me find favor in your sight. And he asks for a sign to make sure he's not doing the wrong thing or getting Isaac the wrong way. But the beauty of it, this man didn't go out and say, oh God, I need a good wife. I need a beautiful wife. I need a woman coming from the church, or he didn't ask for a light skin or a dark skin or a tall girl or slim girl or intelligent girl. He simply asked for only one thing: a woman of character, a woman whom God has chosen. And how did he get that? He asked for one to say, whosoever that come to me first and say, can I give your donkey water to drink, and offer him as well. I'm sure when he was saying that, he didn't just guess. It's something he must have done before or seen Abraham doing. And that should be our case as well. There are some times I want to confirm if maybe this person is supposed to be my friend, or this person is supposed to be in my life, or am I supposed to do this thing? I don't need to tell rain or fire to fall from heaven. I could even say, if so A and A supposed to be my friend, let me get a kind of message from someone just talking about friendship. Sometimes I could even say, okay, it depends on what I'm going through. Maybe I'm going through. I want to give out. Somebody asks me to help, maybe to borrow money or things like that, and my spirit is not letting go, and I'm between doubt and letting go. I could just say, God, if this is your will, let my son just talk about money, or just say, Daddy, it's good to give, or something relating to money. It doesn't have to be perfect the way I say, but something like that. And most time, 99%, I've never regretted any time I make such a bold step. And we can go on and start looking for people of faith in the Bible. We know of the centurious man. He said to the Lord as well, my son, his servant was sick, and Jesus Christ was about to go to his house, and he said to him, you don't need to come to my house. Even me, I'm a man of authority, and I say to one and they go. So you just say a word and my servant will be you. This is a faith, because he believed your word alone can heal my servant. And Jesus Christ, look, he has never seen a faith like this in Israel. So I don't know what your own situation is, my friend, my brother, my sister, or whoever that is listening to my podcast today. We all have been there before. Like Gade once said, that we must not lose faith in humanity, because humanity is like an ocean. A few drops of an ocean are dirty. That does not mean all the oceans are dirty. So because someone has left your life, or someone is hurting you, or you're not happy in the current situation you are, then you started even doubting your own self, your dreams. What are you doing with it? Your desire to be great, your passion, and all of this. You can't just let go because of what has happened to you. It's time for you to take that moment and seize the opportunity and become what you want to become. And don't let anybody say you cannot do this, you cannot do that. Whatever help you need to get back yourself to where you're supposed to be, you just need to do it. Because faith is not the belief that God will do what you want. It is the belief that God will do what is right, because God always makes it right. Even the story of Isaac that I was talking about, by the time the servant did everything he was supposed to do, met with Rebecca gave the man water and the donkey. They went back to Rebecca's house, they paid the bride and everything. And when they go back to meet Abraham, to meet his newly husband, and she can sense the moment he saw Isaac coming, this is the man. So the chemistry was that the request this man asked for was perfectly answered, and so shall it be for us too. Faith is like a seed. You cannot sow a crumbs and want to reap fruit. It's not possible. It is not possible. It's never possible. So we just need to find what it is that we need to do. I conclude, and my little advice is that no matter what happened in your past or even in your moment, don't ever let anybody allow you to lose yourself. You can lose your money, you can lose your car, you can lose your mortgage, you can lose your spouse. I'm not saying lose as in to death. I mean, they can go, but don't lose yourself that you're not able to get yourself back to the thinking. Because the good news and the advice I will give is that most time our big opportunity may just be right where we are, but enemy will do everything to make us think they are not here. And I pray God will help us, because nothing that's worthwhile is ever easy. Always remember that. And I hope my message today will do you good. And thank you once again for listening to my broadcast. And I can't wait to hear back from you. And just stay blessed and be positive until we meet again. I remain your host, Steven Akindayomi. Bye for now.